This is your own. Every room in this house has got its own bedroom and bathroom, toilet. I was a self-employed window cleaner, gardener, maintenance. This is our washing machine here. Where there was money and brass, I was there. I was supposed to work up to 65. That's when you officially retired. But I worked another 3 years until 68. And then after that, things started to go wrong. My mum was being looked after by my sister. She was taking her up to the hospital regularly in her car and that. I was like a lodger in the house, you know. That's the one, the only one I've got of my mum. Once my mum died, my older sister took over the landlady, you know, as the landlord of the house. And she didn't like me. And then I was kicked out. I was 68 when I actually was out on the streets.
I had learned quite recently that apparently the UK is the only developed country that is getting wealthier while wages are going in the other direction.
It's fairly clear that homelessness, both in terms of the sharp end of street homelessness, is sadly on the increase. Also, what we might call the hidden bit of homelessness, which is far bigger in terms of numbers, that's also increasing. That's people who are sofa surfing, sleeping on a friend's floor, people who are in unstable tenancies of one sort or another. It's a travesty, really. It's something which we should be deeply ashamed about.
We've seen a particular rise over the last few years because issues around housing and welfare have been coming together, I think. So we've seen an increasing number of people on the streets, people in temporary accommodation, numbers there are rising again. We're facing a crisis.
That night we had rain all night, very cold, wind blowing all over the place. I got saturated, it looked like I was going to get pneumonia. No money, no charge on my phone or anything like that. I only had the clothes that I was standing in. Thought it'd never happen to me, and it did. It's hard being on the street. You feel like you're worthless. You feel depressed. I used to go round my mate's house to try and sleep because I was never sleeping at night. And then I just got run down. And eventually, as I said, I went to a place that somebody told me about where you can get food. And they let me sleep. And it just went from there. This was the night shelter. All the beds were round that side of the room and round there. Table and chairs used to be in the middle of the room here. Like all these used to be here, and we used to sit down for tea, and they used to serve the tea through the hatch. Every night was a different place. It was never the same place every night. It's hard, you know, to keep on walking around streets every night at 7 o'clock, trying to find different places to sleep at night. And I'd done it, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, 3 months, I don't know how long it was really. And eventually, as I said, I got here I lived in this one house room. It was like heaven moving in here. Once you're out there and you come in here, you've got somewhere to stay. You've got somewhere to sit, nice and warm. You've got your own little things, what you've got left out of your life. And it becomes your home. Even though it's one room, it is your home.
There are a lot of people who do not have security of housing, of shelter, and as a society we should be really concerned about that and deeply ashamed about it too.
Homelessness is everyone's business, and we ignore it at our peril. Because ultimately, everyone, to use the Housing Justice tagline, everyone deserves a home, not just a house, that truly meets their needs.
You're required to leave the below address after the 26th of December 2017. If you do not leave, the landlord may apply to the court for an order under section 21 of 1 of 4 of the Housing Act of 1988 requiring you to give up possession. That's it there.